Hello and welcome to Throttle Up. Now, if not for the Virtus written right there on the nameplate, I would have said that this is a Vento or a Polo, and I think I might have gotten away with it just because of the similarity between the front profiles of the Volkswagen Polo, Vento, and the Virtus. Nonetheless, welcome to the review of the Volkswagen Virtus Highline variant. Now, Virtus comes in four variants, namely Comfort Line, Highline, Top Line, and then the Performance Line, which is powered by 1.5 TSI. But the other three, which can be together called as the Dynamic Line, are powered by a 1 liter TSI engine, where you get both manual and automatic options. This is the Highline automatic option powered by a 1 liter TSI. Now the Highline variant we have today sits right between the top Comfort Line and Top Line. Comfort Line being the base variant and the Top Line being the topmost in the 1 liter TSI lineup. Now coming to the key fob, you get a black fob with this pop out button to pop out the key with three buttons: lock, unlock and tailgate release opener. You get a teeny tiny Volkswagen logo on the other side as well. Now coming to the front, I can't be the only one who sees the resemblance between the predecessors of this Virtus, basically the Vento. The grille is finished in black with this chrome line running on the top of it. You get some space for ventilation and this mighty big Volkswagen logo finished in chrome and black, which looks really nice. Now coming to the bottom, you get this chrome plate running at the bottom in the form of a skid plate, but the chrome has been done very tastefully. It is there in abundance, but nothing polarizing, so to say. Coming to the headlamp, you get an LED headlamp with this DRL, halogen turn indicators with high beam, and normal lamp is LED. So this is how it looks when it's lit up. There's the DRL, there's the lamp, and that's that high beam which is not lit up right now. You get the fog lamps which are in halogen. Coming to the bottom, you get this piano black treatment which has chrome surrounds running all over it to the very end of the other side. So it looks really good, and the chrome and the black finishes have been done very tastefully to give this a coherent look. Coming to the engine, this is powered by a 1 liter TSI engine which produces 115 PS of max power and 178 Newton meters of torque. The only sad part is that you are stuck with this engine and you don't get any insulation on the hood. But coming back, if you want to opt for the Highline variant, you have to go with this engine, because for the 1.5 TSI you have to opt for the topmost Performance Line variant. Now coming to the side profile, the Virtus is 4561 millimeters long as compared to Honda City's 4555 millimeters long. So it's longer than that. The wheelbase is 2651 mm. Coming to the other bits in the side profile, it looks obviously really long, as a sedan should look like. You do get alloy wheels, chrome handles, shark fin antenna which is finished in black. The roof line has a very nice design to it. It obviously resembles the Slavia, but I like how it's flowy and just merges with those lines which have been done on the door. The chrome handles are also in body color, which is very Volkswagen feel. You do get LED turn indicators and body colored ORVMs. No chrome on the door sill. Shark fin antenna right there, finished in piano black. The fuel lid is a parallelogram which has a line cutting right across it. It's so neat, very nicely done. I love when fuel lids are almost inconspicuous. Coming to the alloy wheels, this is a 205/55 R16. You do not get any diamond cut, but those are 16-inch alloy wheels. The diamond cuts you do get in the top line and the 1.5 TSI. Now coming to the rear, now I think the Volkswagen designers spent the most of the time, their days and nights, designing the rear. The rear looks very nice. The tail lamps are absolutely stunning, and what they have done with those lines and the cuts on the door, on the tailgate, is nice. It's a bit on the higher side, just like the Slavia, which I personally am not a fan of, but still it somehow comes all together and I like it. Virtuous badging right there with the TSI badging obviously. As for the other features, you do get a stop lamp and the rear defogger too. No rear wiper as such, since this is a sedan, but the stop lamp is very neatly placed down below. Coming to the tail lamp, this is chrome with LED treatment for the tail lamp, with LED for the indicators and reverse as well, which is really nicely done. I am a fan of how this looks. This also reminds you of this Thor's hammer, like Volvo, the XC90. This is again an LED turn indicator. I love this. I love this Thor hammer treatment, just like Volvo does the tail lamps and the headlamps. So a big fan of the tail lamps. Coming to the reflectors, they have chrome surrounds running across it in a curvy bracket sort of format, just like in the front. You do get the exhaust in the bottom, no fake exhaust thing going on, but the reflectors have been done in a way which might seem that it is the exhaust design. Now for the tailgate, it is not electric. It has to be opened manually. The boot space is 521 liters, which is very nicely shaped. It's deep because it's a sedan obviously. You don't get any lamp of sorts, but coming to the wheel, you do not get the alloy wheel, you get a 15-incher steel wheel, which is not of the same size as the other four wheels. You also get 60-40 seats split, which we'll talk about later, but that was for the boot. As I mentioned, I am a fan of the rear design, and there's just nothing which compares to it. Although the Honda City comes close because I love the rear for that car as well. Coming to the doors, the moment you start interacting with the doors and the interior of the car, you realize how plush and premium it is. The blacks are hard plastic. This is soft. This is hard. All plastic. It's very premium. This is soft. That's hard. That's hard. This is a very premium to finish window button. The handles are in chrome. It's plastic, but they are finished in silver and chrome. You get the tweeters on the door itself. Very heavy door, nice to feel, nice to open and close. The door handles, when you open them, feel really nice. Coming to the seats, they're in beige color. Now, this is how the dashboard looks like in the Highline variant of the Volkswagen Virtus. Very Audi feeling to it, if I can call it that, because that piano black finish really seems it so. The legroom is crazy. Again, coming from Honda City or Skoda Slavia, you realize that it's nothing extraordinary because you also do get similar space in there as well. But then again, very nice. Thigh support is obviously very nice. You do get a lot of space because again, it's a very long car. It's even longer than the City, which was segment leader at one point. Adjustable headrest for all the three seats. You do get a middle headrest as well, which is really nice. You do get an armrest with 2 cup holders. It's fabric. The seats are in fabric. They are not in leather because you do get the leather in the top variant. AC vents in the center, 2 USB type C, no USB C, and that's normal, no space to keep your stuff in. But the AC vents plastic feels really premium and chunky, nothing flimsy. No sunroof in this variant. You do get cabin lamps in the rear, which are LED and white treatment. Sunroof you only get in the top line variant and the 1.5 TSI. Soft pull and push grab handles with the coat hangers. The seat is really nice. The recline angle is also nice. You do get 60-40 split as I mentioned. You also get the ISOFIX child mounts. The seat contouring is nice. The cushioning is also really nice. The headroom is okay, nothing extraordinary, but obviously you would not feel cramped. And I am 5 feet 9 inches and I'm very comfortably seated. Even a 6 feet person would also be seated very comfortably. So the headroom shouldn't be an issue. I think that's because there's no sunroof also, because sunroof sometimes eats up into the roof line, the height of the roof line. Now coming to the front of the car and the cockpit. Rear seat, a 9 on 10 because in my personal opinion, the Honda City still wins because they are somehow more comfortable and they are more plush to feel. And they do get the leather seat at this price point. Now onto the door pads, you do get lock unlock buttons on the door, very nicely looking handles, hard plastics, soft, hard plastic for the grab handles. You do get 4 power window buttons. You do get electrically adjustable and foldable rear mirrors. This is the bottle holder. This mesh treatment I really like. So nice attention to detail. Speakers obviously you get on the doors as well. Very premium and again very German door quality. Very nice. This is for the backrest. This is for the height support. You do not get any electric adjustment because you don't get that either in the top line variant as well. Coming to the pedals, you get a proper dead pedal with 2, since this is an automatic. You get headlight leveler, headlight controls, again very German. Now as for the AC vents, I love it because it's again finished in piano black and they are really pretty invisible and nothing in your face, so I love that. Coming to the cockpit, you get a proper analog display with this MID, which is a TFT display, and the engine start or stop button is there in the center console and not in the right. It is finished in this brushed silver, which I really like, and comes with white illumination, backlit illumination, and very premium quality button. Nothing flimsy and nothing shoddy. Now coming to the instrument cluster, it's really neat. It's not a digital unit, but I still like it nonetheless because analogs are very neat. You get this button on the left to see any service which is due or time settings. You get this right button to see if there's any need for oil change or setting the odometer. You get the tachometer on the left with a small temperature meter as well, and right is the speedometer and the fuel gauge. Very classy looking, and I am actually happy that they have not given the digital treatment here because sometimes analog is nice. Now coming to the steering, very plush. Comes in a leather wrap steering. You get the tilt and telescopic function. So there's your tilt and there's your telescopic. So you both functionalities are there, and you can change it according to your height and your comfort. Now this is very soft plastic and very premium. You get this chrome surround with this piano black as well. I love these buttons. These are for setting the volume of the infotainment. The finish is really nice. This is for your cruise control and infotainment, and this is for your MID. So I'm just fan of the finish of these buttons, very premium. So this is how you control your MID, going through different information elements to set the audio, settings for your MID and whatnot. Since this is the automatic variant, you also do get paddle shifters and hill start assist, which you do not get in the manual transmission. One thing that I miss is a colored MID in the instrument cluster. Now before this infotainment, let's talk about the dashboard. Piano black flowing across the dashboard with those chrome surrounds which remind you of the exterior, so it looks very thought out and very Audi like feel, because obviously it's from the sister company. The hazard button indicator seems to be a little bit off the positioning because it's just hanging in between, but now the touchscreen. Decent user interface, nothing very fancy. It's finished in blue, black, white, which are the colors which have been used in this car. Coincidentally, even the body color is blue. So when you look at the touch, it's very responsive. The graphics are nice. It does not feel glitchy or laggy. You do get all the features: wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, the power button, and there's no physical button of sorts. Even the volume has to be controlled through touch, which I personally am not a big fan of. I love the rotary buttons for the volume. But talking about the other things, this is how you can like go to the profile, create profiles, and then within profiles you can, too much times I have said profile, but you can create different headers for different users and then have settings according to those profiles. You do get apps, you do get driving information. The touch is really smooth, as you can see on the screen. You get quick access to make phone calls, to set the songs or the apps. You do get a host of VW apps as well. This driving data shows you the kmpl you have been getting, the distance you traveled, and all of that. Apps you're not able to see right now because it's not connected to hotspot just yet. The music system, obviously you get all the features. It's a 8 speaker setup with 4 speakers and 4 tweeters. This is to the touch. Even the traction control button is on the touch screen, so you can toggle it on and off through the touch screen itself, which is rather weird. These AC vents are not finished in chrome. I would have rather liked some surrounds on there, but the plastic is really of nice quality, nothing flimsy. Now Volkswagen has done a very weird thing by giving manual AC at this price in the Highline variant, but they also offer automatic climate control at a premium of 15,000. They say that it's because of the chip shortage, but I'll say this is just to like make more money from a customer who would want. I'd rather expect this feature at a car of this price, so that's weird. Now the knob is finished in piano black and chrome, just like the entire car. You get this engine start stop button, the auto start stop enabler. This car comes with a very iconic Volkswagen 6-speed DSG transmission. You get a manual handbrake, no electric handbrake. You get a 12-volt socket right there, and 2 cup holders which are rather small. You couldn't keep big bottles or big cans there. Sliding center console, which is a little thin, but it's very deep for the space, but no space to keep hands for 2 passengers. You get some storage space in the front, no wireless charger, and you get 2 USB Type-C sockets. So ergonomically, there is a lot of space to keep stuff in the center console itself, but the cup holders are a bit on the smaller side. Now speaking of ergonomics, let's talk about the glove box. You get a glove box with a cool function also. It's finished in beige plastic. No lamp in the glove box. Decent space, not too big, not too small. So nothing extraordinary about that glove box. This is how the dashboard looks like, and I really like it. There's hardly any leather, but that piano finish makes up for it. Now, a lot of hard plastic has been used. Hard plastic, hard piano black, but again it's plastic. This is also plastic, plastic and plastic. So no fabric or leather. But you get this height and the depth in the dashboard, so it looks really big and premium, that you are in a big car. You get tweeters on the left and right A pillar. Now coming to the sun visor, you do get mirror on the sun visor for the co-driver. You do not get any mirror on the sun visor for the driver. This is not openable, so no sunglass holder for you. Keep them in your pockets maybe. LED treatment for the cabin lamps in the front as well as the rear. No sunroof, as obviously. No auto dimming function on the IRVM as well. This is a day-night toggle knob for the rear view mirror. No seatbelt adjuster also. The seats are also nice, finished in fabric, good bolstering, very good back support, very nice cushioning. Thigh support is also on the broader side. You do get a nice self design on those seats as well, so no complaints when it comes to the comfort. So as you can see, all my entire thigh is supported. Adjustable headrests are obviously there. So that was for the Virtus seats. Comfort, very nice. No complaints when the comfort is concerned. Although Honda City and Slavia also rack up against the Virtus in a very nice way. Now, overall, there are a lot of things which need to be taken in consideration if you are in the market for a car at around 15 lakhs on road and you're considering the Virtus. Now, when it comes to the automatic transmission, Highline is technically the base variant because you do not get any automatic option in the comfort line, which is the base variant in the Virtus lineup. Now 14.28x showroom for this car specifically is bit on the higher side because even if you go for the manual transmission, it comes at around 12.97x showroom. So basically you're paying 1,30,000 extra for the automatic alone. The only features that would get added are the hill start assist and the paddle shifters in the automatic. Talking about the other features in the comfort line versus the high line. In the high line, you get an additional cruise control, rear AC vents, a bigger infotainment with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and LED treatment in the headlamps. But the difference is also really huge. You get the comfort line at 11.21x showroom for the manual, and you get the manual high line at 12.97. So the opportunity cost is not that low. I'd say that the 14.28x showroom for this car is bit on the higher side because you also get a Honda City ZX CVT option, which is hovering around a very similar price point, and you get way more features than this one. The airbags number is higher, you get leather upholstery in there, you get all LED treatment for the LEDs and that headlamp in the ZX as well. When it comes to its sister, the Skoda Slavia, the mid variant, which is the Ambition in Slavia's lineup, the automatic variant costs around 13.89, which is actually 30 to 40,000 cheaper than the automatic variant of the Highline. That being said, Virtus is still a very good proposition, and although it does have its pros and cons basically being missing out on some features and a relatively higher pricing, it racks up against the Slavia and the Honda City really well. So if you want the Virtus, go for it. Again, if you are not in the dire need for an automatic, I would rather recommend the top line of the same car instead of going for the automatic of the Highline. If you want to save some few bucks and on a tight budget, you shouldn't really go for the top line because Highline would suffice. Now the only features in the top line which will justify its premium would be the electric sunroof, leather upholstery and 6 airbags. Apart from that, the Highline is the top recommended variant for the Volkswagen Virtus. So this was a review of the Volkswagen Virtus Highline 1 liter TSI automatic. Do let us know in the comments what do you think about this car and would you consider one if you are looking for a car in this price bracket. Keep watching Throttle Up, subscribe to our channel if you like our content. Do not forget to like that video. Keep watching Throttle Up.